The Persian Empire, one of the most formidable and influential civilizations in history, was a vast and powerful entity that shaped the ancient world in ways that still resonate today. This is the tale of an empire that rose to unparalleled glory, conquered mighty kingdoms, and left a lasting legacy before its inevitable downfall. Let us embark on a journey through time to explore the complete history of the Persian Empire, from its foundation to its destruction, uncovering the intricate details of its wars, rulers, and pivotal moments. Long before Persia became an empire, it was a land of scattered tribes and small settlements in the region known as Persis, which is modern-day Fars province in Iran. The Persians were originally a group of Indo-European-speaking peoples who migrated to the Iranian plateau around 1000 BCE. They lived in small, self-sufficient communities engaging in agriculture and animal husbandry, and were heavily influenced by the neighboring Elamites and Medes. By the 7th century BCE, the Persian tribes came under the rule of the powerful Median Empire, which dominated the region. However, the Persians, led by the ambitious and strategic Cyrus the Great, eventually rebelled against their overlords. Cyrus the Great was born around 600 BCE in Anshan, a city in what is now southwestern Iran. He belonged to the Achaemenid dynasty, a noble Persian family under the rule of the Median Empire. According to legend, his grandfather, King Astyages of Media, had a dream that Cyrus would one day overthrow him. In an attempt to prevent this prophecy, Astyages ordered the infant Cyrus to be killed, but the child was secretly spared and raised by a shepherd. As Cyrus grew, he demonstrated exceptional leadership qualities. By 550 BCE, he united the Persian tribes and led a rebellion against the Medes, defeating his grandfather, Astyages, and establishing the Achaemenid Empire. This marked the beginning of Persia's rise as a major global power. At its height, the Persian Empire was the largest empire the world had ever seen, covering approximately 5.5 million square kilometers, or 2.1 million square miles. It stretched from the Indus Valley in the east, encompassing modern-day Pakistan and India, to the Balkans and Eastern Europe in the west. This vast empire included modern-day Iran, Iraq, Turkey, Syria, Egypt, Israel, Jordan, Lebanon, Afghanistan, Central Asia, and parts of Greece and Libya. The Persian Empire engaged in direct conflict with the Roman Empire for centuries. Their rivalry was one of the longest-lasting power struggles in history, spanning over 700 years between the Parthian, Sassanid, and Byzantine empires. Persia was one of the few civilizations that stood as an equal challenger to Rome, constantly testing its might in battles and political negotiations. One of the most significant confrontations occurred during the reign of Shapur of the Sassanid Empire. In 260 CE, he decisively defeated the Roman army at the Battle of Edessa, capturing Emperor Valerian, an event that shocked the entire Roman world. The Sassanids, under Khosrow I and later Khosrow II, engaged in long and brutal wars with the Byzantine Empire, Rome's eastern continuation. These wars weakened both empires, making them vulnerable to the rising Islamic Caliphate. Despite their fierce conflicts, Persia and Rome also attempted diplomatic peace. Some emperors, like Khosrow I and Justinian I, negotiated treaties to maintain stability. The Persian Empire remained a dominant force until its final days, standing as Rome's greatest eastern adversary and proving that even the mighty Roman legions could be challenged on the battlefield. At its height, the Persian Empire was the largest empire the world had ever seen, covering approximately 5.5 million square kilometers, or 2.1 million square miles. This vast empire was so powerful that it directly challenged the Roman Empire, which was considered one of the most dominant forces in ancient history. While Rome instilled fear across the known world, Persia was one of the few civilizations that stood against it as an equal force. The origins of the Persian Empire trace back to Cyrus the Great, a visionary leader who laid the foundations of the first Persian Empire, known as the Achaemenid Empire, in 550 BCE. Before his conquests, Persia was under the dominance of the Median Empire. However, through a combination of military prowess and strategic alliances, Cyrus overthrew the Median king Astyages and united the Persian tribes under his rule. Cyrus was not merely a conqueror, he was a just and pragmatic ruler. He respected the customs and religions of the lands he conquered, allowing local governance to flourish under Persian oversight. His most famous achievement was the conquest of Babylon in 539 BCE, where he issued the Cyrus Cylinder, often regarded as the first declaration of human rights, allowing the Jewish people to return to their homeland and rebuild their temple in Jerusalem. Following Cyrus's death in battle in 530 BCE, his son Cambyses II extended Persian control over Egypt, defeating the last pharaoh of the 26th dynasty, Psamtik III, in 525 BCE. However, Cambyses' rule was short-lived, and internal conflicts paved the way for one of Persia's greatest rulers, Darius I, also known as Darius the Great. Darius, ascending the throne in 522 BCE, expanded the empire to its peak, stretching from the Indus Valley in the east to the Balkans in the west. To maintain control over such a vast empire, he introduced significant administrative reforms, dividing the land into satrapies or provinces governed by loyal officials. He also established the royal road, facilitating swift communication and trade across the empire. The Persian Empire's expansion inevitably led to conflicts with the Greek city-states, marking the beginning of the Greco-Persian Wars from 499 to 479 BCE. The war ignited when the Ionian Greeks under Persian rule rebelled, prompting Darius to retaliate. His first invasion of Greece ended in failure at the Battle of Marathon in 490 BCE, where the Athenian army, though outnumbered, emerged victorious. Darius's successor, Xerxes I, launched a second and much larger invasion of Greece in 480 BCE. With a massive army, he crossed the Hellespont and advanced into Greek territory. The infamous Battle of Thermopylae, where King Leonidas and his 300 Spartans made their legendary stand, was part of this campaign. Despite their bravery, the Persians eventually overran Thermopylae and burned Athens. However, Greek resilience led to the decisive naval victory at Salamis, followed by Persian defeat at Plataea in 479 BCE, marking the end of Persian ambitions in Greece. The Greek campaigns against Persia did not end there. Alexander the Great, the Macedonian king, launched a full-scale invasion in 334 BCE, aiming to overthrow the Persian rule completely. His victories at Granicus, Issus, and Gaugamela ensured the Persian Empire's destruction. Battle of Granicus, 334 BCE. Alexander led his Macedonian forces against the Persian satraps in Asia Minor. The Persian cavalry was strong, but Alexander's superior tactics and the use of his elite companion cavalry allowed him to secure victory. Persian casualties were heavy, and the battle marked the beginning of Alexander's unstoppable conquest. Battle of Issus, 333 BCE. In this battle, Darius III personally led the Persian forces. However, Alexander's tactical genius allowed his outnumbered army to outmaneuver the Persians. Darius fled the battlefield, abandoning his family, which was captured by the Macedonians. Battle of Gaugamela, 331 BCE. This was the decisive battle where Darius III gathered one of the largest Persian armies ever assembled. Despite being vastly outnumbered, Alexander used a combination of cavalry charges and feigned retreats to create gaps in the Persian lines. The Macedonians overwhelmed the Persian army, and Darius fled once more before being assassinated by his own men. The Persian Empire also engaged in wars against Arab tribes and neighboring civilizations. Persia controlled regions of modern-day Iraq and the Arabian Peninsula, constantly battling Arab insurgencies and attempting to extend its rule deeper into the Arabian deserts. Although the Persians had temporary control over parts of Arabia, Arab resistance remained strong, preventing full annexation. The fall of Persia's last ruling dynasty, the Sassanid Empire, came during the Muslim conquests in the 7th century. The Persian forces, led by Yazdegerd III, faced the Islamic armies commanded by Khalid ibn al-Walid and later under the rule of Caliph Umar ibn al-Khattab. The decisive Battle of al-Qadisiyyah, which took place in 636 CE, saw the complete collapse of Persian power in Mesopotamia, with Muslim forces swiftly taking over the empire. While the Persian Empire was predominantly ruled by male emperors, several influential women played crucial roles both behind the scenes and in direct governance. Atossa, the daughter of Cyrus the Great and wife of Darius I, was one of the most powerful queens in Persian history. She wielded immense influence over court affairs and succession politics, shaping the direction of the empire's leadership. Another significant woman in Persian history was Borandukht, who became one of the few female rulers of the Sassanid Empire in the 7th century CE. She ruled during a turbulent time, trying to stabilize the declining empire through diplomacy and governance. However, her efforts were ultimately not enough to prevent the fall of the empire to the advancing Muslim armies. During the time of the Islamic conquests, the last Sassanid ruler, Yazdegerd III, was unable to stop the expansion of the Rashidun Caliphate under Caliph Umar ibn al-Khattab. After the decisive defeat at the Battle of al-Qadisiyyah in 636 CE, the Persian court faced collapse. Some historical accounts mention that Borandukht or other royal women in the Sassanid court questioned who the new conquerors were. It is said that they expressed disbelief that an empire as grand as Persia could be brought down by forces from the Arabian desert, showcasing the sheer shock of the empire's downfall. Persian queens and royal women, whether ruling directly or operating behind the scenes, played a significant role in the empire's history, influencing decisions, managing political alliances, and even attempting to salvage the empire during its final days. While the Persian Empire was predominantly ruled by male emperors, there were influential women in Persian history. Atossa, the daughter of Cyrus the Great and wife of Darius I, played a significant role in court politics. Persian queens often held immense power behind the scenes, influencing governance, diplomatic relations, and succession decisions. The Persian Empire remains one of the most remarkable civilizations in world history. Its achievements in governance, warfare, and culture influenced countless future societies. From its legendary rulers to its military conquests, the Persian Empire's story is one of resilience, ambition, and eventual transformation. If you enjoyed this deep dive into history, make sure to subscribe to our channel, zoom in, chill out, like, comment, and share this video for more fascinating historical content. Stay tuned for our next exploration into the great civilizations of the past.